And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the third round of the DTM challenge here on the TSRB channel. Sorry. I'm your host, Tiz. You might remember me from the test race we did a couple of weeks ago. Sorry if I haven't been here commentating the races for you, but I've had a couple of hardware problems that are all now fixed. We are here at Spa-Francorchamps for the third round of this wonderful DTM challenge. We are currently 8 minutes from the start of qualifying, and we are waiting for all of the drivers to start getting their laps in. And so here we are, 4 minutes and 20 seconds left, the very funny number. We are currently watching Martiksak going onto the Camel Straight, hard on the brakes on the first chicane of the track. And he doesn't really improve in his second sector. I gotta say, a very short second sector. We are not watching him, actually. This is him. Let's go now. He's on the third to last corner, this very fast left-hander that then lets us go down to the bus stop. Very hard braking here, a good overtaking spot. Ooh, loses the rear almost. Right, then left. You want to use all the track, get all the traction down. Is a very tricky corner to get right, and he goes for a 2 minute 8 seconds and 182 millisecond time. That's enough to put him in P2 behind our current championship leader, Max Verstappen. So let's go quickly back onto the championship standings. So right now we have Max Verstappen for OC Red Bull Racing in first place with 70 points because he won the first round of the championship and he then did not race in the second round. Then in second place we have Thomas Piccolo, who won round 2 but didn't participate in the first round. He has 70 points as well. Then we have Milan Elling in third place with 56 points, driving also for OC Red Bull Racing. So OC Red Bull Racing currently are the first team in the standings. Then we have Paul Tutuianu driving for MNP Racing with 46 points, tied with Darts in 5th place. Then we have Martixak from Scuderia Agile with 38 points, tied with Lotus, who's driving for Legacy RS Racing. Then we have Victor Hedoff driving for BRT with 32 points in 8th place. Then Eury Gonzalez and Do3 closes the top 10, driving for Platypus Don't Wait, and he has 16 points on the board. We are now 1 minute and 20 seconds away from qualifying. There is someone spinning on the main straight. The safety car is crashing. A lot of things are happening. But yes, let's go maybe watch Alpha Max Nova 1 as he is about to close the first lap. Sorry, not the first lap, but he's about to close what seems like a very good lap time. So let's see here, hard braking for the bus stop. 2 minutes now. He needs to beat a 2 minute and 6 second time to get the current fastest time of the session. He doesn't. He goes for a 2 minute 8 second 974. That's enough to put him in P5. As you may have noticed, this is the first race that Alpha is doing in this championship. He's more of a wild card. He's driving for the secondary team of Scuderia Agile. But if you have followed him throughout the other championships he has raced, then you know that he can be a very formidable opponent, even if he's only driving with a controller. So we have currently in this session Max Verstappen, Martizak, Lotus, Darts, and Alpha. Then Mikolai, Do3, Safety Man in the safety car, and Paul Tutuianu in P10. Thomas Piccolo is also racing today, but he's in P11 and he hasn't set a time yet. As we now go on a short break while we wait for the server to move to the next session. As finally Alpha crosses the pits, the server should move to practice. There is 1 minute and 27 seconds to wait. While we do that, I would like to say hello to everybody who is currently in the chat, and I would like to thank the TSRB sanctioning body for allowing me to commentate in this wonderful championship. I am, again, deeply sorry for making everybody wait for my presence due to the technical problems I've had, but I am here now and I am more than happy to commentate this wonderful championship with these very talented drivers. 25 seconds to go to the start of qualifying, but before that, let's actually check some interesting details. So currently, the temperature of the air is 26 degrees in Spa-Francorchamps, the temperature of the asphalt is 36 degrees, and we have 13 km/h winds. And here we are again. We are finally into qualifying. Let's go on someone who is already on track. Here we have Dart's first car on the track, actually going through Eau Rouge and Radillon. Sorry for the very horrible French pronunciation. Here we see him going down the Kemal straight. He is very centered in the track. He's probably trying to warm his tires a bit. There he goes, hard braking for the chicane. And the first sector is done by now. If you hear me taking some breaks, many breaks, during the live stream from commentating, it's just because I have a bit of a cold and I am sneezing a lot and I don't want to blow your eardrums off with my absolutely ear-shattering sneezes. So, sorry for the inconvenience. So here we have Darts approaching the final chicane. Are braking right, then left, and he's about to start the first qualifying lap, the first official lap time of this qualifying session. There he goes down into last source, one of the many overtaking spots in Spa. If there is something that Spa doesn't lack, are overtaking spots. Down he goes through turn 2 onto the downhill that leads all the way to Eau Rouge and Radillon. There he is approaching them. Is he gonna take it flat? Sure sounds like it. Ooh, maybe a little bit too inside. He's fine on the exit. He's now going to Kemal corner onto the Kemal straight. Right behind him in second is the car number 5 of Paul Tutuianu, then car number 7 of Alfa Max Novan right behind them. There goes Darts through Lacombe, and now he's through Mainty. I don't know the pronunciation, I'm very sorry if I'm offending somebody. Then we go around Rivage, the hairpin, as I like to call it. This corner, for some reason, is more hairpin than turn 1, even though turn 1 is sharper. Sorry for the noise. And now we see Darts going down through the fastest corner of the track, or one of the fastest, Pouan, one of the most interesting corners, who has been used actually to determine how fast Formula 1 cars throughout the years, because some of the Formula 1 cars of the most recent times that had the most aerodynamics could actually take this corner flat out, which turns out to be, I'm pretty sure, around 6 to 8 G's of lateral forces, which is something incredible. Here we have now Darts with a 136 in the second sector. Let's see how is he going to do on that final, on this final sector here. Left-hander on the limit of grip. There we go. This is a better camera. Down braking for the bus stop chicane. First left corner, right corner, and we're gonna have the first lap time of this session. That is gonna be a 2:10.140. Not the best time he has done. Let's see, Paul Tutuianu coming on second, 209.674. He goes to pole position, and then Alfa takes the place from him, and then that is also taken from Verstappen. That is truly something of all time. And Thomas Piccolo takes pole position. Okay, nobody's keeping the pole position for more than 3 seconds, so Nikolai is dropping the lap, and 2-3 moves to 4th place. Let's see now. Lotus around the final chicane. He's the last one of this group, and he goes for a 2:11.053. He stays in 9th place. So while we wait for them to go all the way around the track again, let's go on board with Manuel Darts. And we are now watching Thomas Piccolo going down to doing currently fans. I don't know how these terms are pronounced. I am very sorry again. Going down to turn 15. Maybe I should say the numbers. That should probably do it. And there's the time for the second sector. Not a great second sector. 8/10 up. That's not great. Now, from turn 16, we are going down to turn 17. This right kink is not actually considered a turn. This one is. And here we go to the infamous, more likely, turn 18. Down all the way flat out to the bus stop chicane. There we go. No improvements, looks like. Actually, yes, we have Darts moving up to P3. Let's see our pulsator. Can he improve on his lap time? He does not by more than a second. Now, right behind him, we have Mikhailo currently trying to improve. And right behind him, we have Lotus, who is still waiting to do his first lap. And Mikhailo goes straight at the bus stop chicane. And Lotus almost crashes doing the bus stop chicane. And he crashes after. Wonderful stuff. We love to see it. As we have Alfa now going over the start-finish line to start his third flying lap. Thomas Piccolo again with the fastest first sector of the session. Let's follow Alfa for this lap. He's going down to Eau Rouge. Now going up to Radillon. Left-hander here. Oh, that might be some nasty track limits right there. He's doing Kamal corner, down the Kamal straight. Nobody in front of him to give him any toe or any slipstream. Someone who might have the slipstream actually are both Thomas and Max Verstappen. Thomas is stealing the slipstream of Paul Tutuyano, and Max Verstappen is stealing the slipstream of Martizal. They are a little bit far apart, so maybe not that much or maybe nothing, but that is something to note. That's something notable. There's a very big group here of Alfa right behind him. Then there is Darts, then Mikhailo, who is still looking to set an actual competitive time. Then we have Lotus in P10, and all the way behind we have Do 3. So first to complete the lap is Martizal. Does he improve? 208.180. He goes up to P3. Let's see Max Verstappen. He goes and moves to nowhere because he is starting the lap. I am sorry. Let's now go to Paul Tutuyano, who I think is also starting a lap, or at least his lap was invalidated because I don't see any delta on screen. And right behind him we have the pole sitter Thomas Piccolo. Let's see if he improves. And yes, Thomas Piccolo improves by 0.2 of a second. And now there's quite the gap between the first two. Thomas Piccolo with a 206.396 and Max Verstappen with a 207.023. Let's see now Nikolai trying to finish his actual first good timed lap, but it's a 2:13. It's not great. Let's see now Alpha Max Nova right behind him. He goes for a 208.902, goes underneath the 209 barrier and stays in P6. Let's see our fighter for P1, Max Verstappen. Remember, the guys that are right now fighting for P1 and P2 in this qualifying session are actually tied on points in the championship. So this is literally a fight for the championship. But it doesn't look like he's pushing. Yeah, no, he's probably keeping his tires ready for another flying lap. Yeah, surely. Let's see, maybe Paul Tutuiano. He looks like he's pushing, but it doesn't look like a great lap. Is Thomas pushing? Let's see. Doesn't look like he's on a flying lap. He probably reset the car. So I think the only one that is actually on a flying lap is Alpha of this first group, the first one that will get to the start-finish line, but is not improving in the first sector. We'll have to wait and see if he does anything better in the second sector. Doesn't improve in the second sector. He's 0.03 of a second slower. Thomas Piccolo, of course, not starting the lap, and Max Verstappen actually waiting for his rival to pass him right before the start of the lap. Is he maybe hoping for some slipstream right near the end of this lap? Who knows? Now Alpha not improving the first sector, not improving the second sector. He doesn't look like he's going to improve in the third sector either. See, 207, 208. Oh, barely. He does improve in the third sector, but not by much. Then we have Dars right behind them starting. He's, I think, third flying lap. He is currently in fourth. So right now the top 10 is Thomas Piccolo, Max Verstappen. They both have around 1 second. Sorry, Thomas Piccolo has almost 7/10 on Max Verstappen, and Verstappen has 1 second over Lotus, who goes to 208.107. Finally moves to a position that is he knows he can be in because he is fast. Right behind them, only 0.07 of a second behind, is Martijac, and then 0.7 behind we have Darts in P5, then Do3 in P6, Alpha Max in P7, only half a tenth behind, then Paul Tutuiano in P8 with a 209.9, and then over the 2 minute and 10 second threshold we have Mikhailo McDonald and Nikolai Zukovitz. Paul Tutuiano, who is actually maybe looking to improve something. It doesn't look like he's improving in the first sector. Let's see now here on the second split. He does improve, but he is still 0.2 behind on his best lap time. Let's see if he can improve over the course of this third sector. But meanwhile, I'd actually say that we should go to our pole sitter because he is improving. 2 purple sectors, both in the first and second sector. Let's see if he can actually consolidate his position, and as we have a car stopped on track. He just reset, thankfully. Let's see now, Thomas Piccolo trying to take the straightest line, braking line for the bus stop. Looks like a great chicane, looks like a great time. 203, 204, he goes for a 205.723, saves 0.67 of a second, and yeah, he's 1.3 seconds ahead of second place, Max Verstappen, who just now starts his flying lap. So maybe let's go on board with him and see what he can do to maybe try and steal the pole position from the Italian driver. doesn't look like we have an improvement in the first sector. Let's see if maybe he does a better job for the second one. Maybe looks like track limits here, but I know that track limits here on Assetto Corsa are very lenient. Hard braking for this very wide but very technical chicane. It's a place where you can actually gain a lot of time if you have the correct line. This looks like the correct line. So let's see here. Ooh, braked a little bit too wide the trajectory here, and he is 0.2 of a second over. So we have the checker flag. Thomas Piccolo is actually ahead of Max Verstappen, but it doesn't look like he's improving. So the first one to get to the checker flag is gonna be Marty Zak. Let's see how he does, as he scores a not an improvement. Thomas Piccolo goes to the pits. Max Verstappen, is he actually improving on his lap time? Let's see here. Actually, Lotus lapping with the mediums for some reason in this qualifying session. Let's see, maybe Darts in 5th place is still driving. Is he actually going to complete the lap? Is he going to get credit for it? More than anything. With this wonderful white and pink livery. He goes over the finish line. There is no improvement from the Italian driver. So we are waiting for Alfa Max Nova, Lotus, and all the way at the chicane after the Kemal Straight, we have Martizak. But I think his qualifying is already over. So let's go to Alfa Max Nova 1 to see how he's going to round up this qualifying session. Remember, this is an endurance race. 50 minutes of hard racing. There should be mandatory stops. I say should because I don't really remember. Sorry. And I hope to see a wonderful race with great strategies in place. So Alpha over the line, no improvement. And right behind them we have Lotus closing out the lap. There is no improvement. He goes into the wall. He has a concussion and he has to retire from this race. So sad. As we are now waiting for Martizak and Alfa Max Nova 1 to find their way back to the pits, Alfa teleports there. We are just waiting for Martizak to complete this lap, and we should be able to move on to the race. I wonder what kind of strategies we're gonna see from these drivers. So let's go down the top 10 once again, shall we? We have Thomas Piccolo in P1, Max Verstappen in P2, the two championship rivals fighting head-to-head into this endurance race. Then we have Lotus P3, Martizak right here in P4, Darts in P5, Zoo 3 in P6, Alfa Max Nova 1 in P7, then Paul Tutoyano in P8, Mikolaj Djukovic in P9, and then Mikhailo McDonald in P10. And Martizak pulls over on the outside of the track. He goes back to the pits, and we move on to the race session. We are still waiting to move to the next session. I don't really know what is going on. Maybe it's me. Maybe I need to go back to the pits. Let's see. Okay, one more minute of wait before the start of this race. Let's see now. Can we actually maybe see what the strategies are? It looks like it because I see Thomas with a medium tire, then I see Verstappen with a soft, Lotus with a hard tire, then we have Martizak with mediums, Darts and Do3 both with hards, Alpha Max with the medium, Porto Toyano with softs, Mikolai with hards, and Mikhailo with softs as well. So that's quite interesting. Let's see, 20 more seconds. The temperatures didn't change, but we did get a drop in the wind speeds. We only have now 3 kilometers an hour winds with 100% track grip. The time is 10:59 in the morning. 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are in the race session. There is 1 minute now till the start of this race. The drivers are all lined up. Let me just... Nope, I can't go to the pits yet. I will have to wait after this. So you get a wonderful look at this even more so wonderful BMW M4 TSRB Championship safety car. As we have two of them, both me and the safety man with the number 27 in P27. He's flashing his lights. Doesn't he look wonderful right there? 25 seconds to go. So let's go down our grid. There we go. Thomas Piccolo, Max Verstappen in P2. These two are having a steer off like Alonso and Vettel. Then Lotus, Martizak, Dart, Do3, Alpha, Porto Toyano, Mikolai. There we go with this wonderful Perry the Platypus livery. And we are waiting for Thomas to start. And Lotus jumps the start, so he gets a drive-through penalty. That's something. Alright, let me quickly go to the pits. There we go. And here we are. We have the safety car all the way almost in turn 1. But where is everyone else? No one is moving. What happened? Thomas didn't move apparently. And this is bad, because if he doesn't move, then I guess Max couldn't move. Something is very wrong here. What is going on? I think Thomas disconnected. So now that's depressing. Okay. So red flag. Very suboptimal. So I don't know what we are gonna do now. We have Lotus doing a burnout in retaliation. He's very unhappy. Dart is blocking the road for some reason. And the safety car is just as baffled as we are. This has never happened in all my years of racing or commentating. Thanks to the French commentator Innocento Corsa interrupting me, but yes, this is surely something. Lotus is back into the pits, and we're probably gonna have a race restart as we go on a little bit of a break, and we will be right back after this. Alright, hello everybody, we are back in the race session. we have restarted, and Thomas Piccolo should start from the back of the grid. Is he actually? No, he's back in pole position. So that's wonderful for him. There we go. I'm rolling back to the pits, and let's now see again. Let's try to see this rolling start finally. There we go. Let's go to the... there is no camera. Okay, there we go. Let's use this one. All right. All the drivers are lined up behind the safety car, and we are looking to have this wonderful rolling start. Remember, it's 50 minutes counting this lap, so right now it's 49 minutes left. They are going side by side through Eau Rouge, and look at this wonderful shot. This is just biblical. Look at them coming down to Camel Corner. Everyone side by side. They're all gridded up, and they are now going down the Camel Straight. So I don't know if we can actually see what tires they're using. Are they all just the same color? They sure look like they are. So I guess we will never know. Truly a moment to remember. Thomas is moving to the back of the grid because he disconnected. So this looks all correct. Alright. They're almost crashing. Braking very, very hard. For some reason, Paul Tutuiano is okay. We are now fixed the positions. Alright, let's go back to the safety car. We go on board with the safety car of Bernd Mailander, the safety man, as we now go around the second sector of Spa-Francorchamps. And here we see our race leader warming up his tires. We already are basically 5 minutes into this endurance race. So let's go to a more suited camera for the occasion. There we go. We see all these wonderful looking cars all gridded up and ready to start. The safety car is picking up the pace. There is a huge gap between P1 and P2, who is Lotus, who won't get alongside the leader because that is the spot that was reserved for Thomas, who is now starting at the back. So let's quickly go on board with our race leader. Here we are now. We are looking and waiting. There's a green flag, and they are going to wait probably until... No, they are already racing, so the race has officially started. Let's see now, Max Verstappen going down very calmly the bus stop chicane. Is there a better camera maybe? Let's go maybe to the back of the grid. Everyone looks fine. There looks like nothing happened. Yes, Thomas overtook actually. I think it was Nikolai. So that is something. So we have some bit of action with Thomas also overtaking Mikhailo. Let's maybe go on board with our pole sitter, as he's going to be surely the driver that makes the most moves. But we actually have a fight here between Paul Tutuiano, who takes the spot, over those three. So already great overtakes being done as 2-3 almost loses it at the top of Eau Rouge. Sorry, Radion. So that's truly a save of all time, as we have some fighting up there all the way for P, I think 2. No, it's P3 between Dars and Martizal. But it looks like the Czech driver was able to defend the third place of the podium. But he does go a bit wide here, so we'll have to see how this evolves. Now, Paul Tutuiano in P5, Do3 in P6, Alpha Max Nova getting overtaken by Thomas Reddy. I think he let him by, knowing full well that he was faster on pace. So Alpha is a very aware driver, and he is more than likely to let someone faster than him by, even just to take the toe and try to catch the guys in front. Now, Michelo McDonald in P9 and Nikolai in P10, quite far behind. Let's maybe go to this camera right here. What a wonderful shot we have, as the closest fight we have on track right now is between between Do3, Paul Tutuiano and Darts. Thomas Piccolo actually looking maybe to make the move on Do3. Let's go on board with him. He's taking all the slipstream. Is he gonna go down for a move here? This is dangerous. Oh, getting the squeeze. Oh, there's almost contact, and Do3 goes off of the track. He's into the gravel, so the stewards are gonna have a look at this one, surely. And Thomas loses the place to Alpha. And Do3 actually moves down to P9. So Alpha is already in the pits. I was not expecting this. What is he doing? Who is he? So, I was not expecting that. I will admit, I was not expecting that. Is he actually getting tires? Yeah, he's already out. Oh, he had a drive-through. Oh, that's sad. That is very sad for our wildcard driver. But he is out, and he's probably looking to make up everything. So let's watch him go up over the most beautiful corner in the world, Eau Rouge and Radion. Look at that. That is truly something. Do3 is actually very close to Michelo McDonald. Oh, there's contact, and there's a crash. So Do3 rear ends Michelo and loses a place to Nikolai. Truly biblical scenes. Absolutely incredible racing. So the guys in front are all pretty separated between each other. So we have Lotus here. Then there's Darts. Behind him we have Martizak. Darts actually got ahead of the Czech driver. I didn't catch when. Sorry. And right behind them we have Paul Tutuiano looking to maybe wait for them to crash or something, to maybe take advantage and take that sweet, sweet third place. Right now, the man of the show is clearly Max Verstappen. He is almost 5 seconds ahead of Lotus, and he's running away all this in just, what, 3 laps? That is truly something. One of the racers of all time. And Alpha is not that far behind Do3. So, truly wonderful stuff. You see now, Martizak is actually very close to Darts. He's actually letting him by, I think, because I heard him lift off. Oh, there's almost contact into La Sauce. The sauce, no ketchup, just sauce. As they go down to Eau Rouge and Radion, they are all pretty packed up. Thomas Piccolo is actually on them, so he's looking to maybe move up on the podium places. He's the fastest driver on the track, as we saw from qualifying. Let's maybe go on board with him to see this action. This is truly something. He goes for the overtake on Paul Tutuiano. Maybe he does go for a double move. No, he doesn't. Paul Tutuiano very close. Almost touches him, but doesn't. Very respectful young man. That's good of him. And now Thomas is ready on his rise back to pole positions, back to P1. Is now putting in his sight Martizak and Darts. Let's maybe see a good onboard shot. There we go, that's wonderful. And let's follow Thomas Piccolo to see if he can catch the two drivers ahead of them. As I quickly correct myself, the fastest driver on track currently is Max Verstappen with a 207.3. He basically picked up just where he left off with his qualifying performance. Now Thomas getting ready to overtake Dars, who just got overtaken by Martizak, and there is some contact between all these drivers. Ooh, almost loses the car on exit Dart, so we're gonna see a move from Thomas Piccolo going down into turn 1. Is he gonna go inside, outside, goes to the inside, brakes very, very hard. Is Darts gonna live in the space? Ooh, a bit of a squeeze between the two Italian drivers. And Darts keeps his 4th place. So let's see now, let's go with Darts, who is probably looking to make an overtake here. But actually, I think it was Mikolai. No, sorry, it was Mikhailo who got disqualified. Someone got disqualified. Yes, Mikolaj got disqualified from the race for not taking his drive-through. But let's go back here with Thomas going for the move on Darts, who was actually trying to go for the move on the Czech driver. Ooh, there's contact between the two. But they are good. So, Mikolaj got disqualified. That's quite sad. Let's see now Thomas with a very brave move down here at the hairpin, like how I like to call it. They are still side by side through this very fast left-hander. Darts does the right thing and decides to pull off. That was a very dangerous place to attempt an overtake. Prompts to Thomas Piccolo, because that was very ballsy indeed. As we see the little Sonic on his car, the Sega logo. Please, kids, don't do it. God is watching you. And now he's trying to catch the Czech driver, Martizak, to go up into the podium places. We have 4 kilometers an hour wind going south to southwest. So that's wonderful. There we go. Thomas Piccolo now looking to make a move on the Czech driver, maybe at the bus stop. Looks like it. Let's see now from this wonderful wheel camera. Actually here on the onboard. Is he going for the overtake? That's very brave from him. Does he actually get the position? Let's see here. He does. That was a great dive bomb from Thomas Piccolo. What a move from the Italian driver. And he is now P3, trying to save all the points he can for this championship fight that he is in. And his rival, oh, he's running away. He's 9 seconds clear of Lotus. Look at him, he is flying in that Red Bull BMW. Surely, something to remember. And Mikhailo gets a disqualification. He's disqualified. Wow, 2 DSQs in the first 15 minutes of the race. Oh, wow. Both for not taking the drive-through penalties. So there's probably gonna be much discussion and much banter with the race direction, because yeah, that's truly something. Do 3 getting a warning for using the DRS may be too early. So that's something. Because yes, these cars do have the DRS. Now, Dart is the only driver who is in a position to actually use said DRS, because he's 57 hundredths behind Martizak. There's a great fight for actually right now between these two drivers. They were very close in qualifying, and they are very close in the race. And Thomas is catching up to Lotus quite fast, so we might see another fight on track very soon. Alpha is also gaining a lot on 2-3. After pitting in the beginning, in the earlier laps, he's actually looking to start making up positions again. So let's go on board with Darts to see if he can do anything to overtake Martizak. He's quite far behind, 0.6 of a second, and he's not gaining. So that's surprising. He's not going to go for a move here. He's too far behind, but that's some great braking by the Italian driver, and he does gain a lot under this braking section. But, oh no! Terrible news from the Italian driver. He spins out, but he's able to regain control of the car, and he stops it just before it's too late. Alpha now going around the outside of the bus stop chicane, maybe goes for a switchback, but Do3 blocks him, goes for the switchback again, the double switchback from Alpha Max Nova 1, and he is actually going to pull off the move. Is he actually though? On the inside for turn 1, Do3 hard braking, goes very much inside. Alpha going for another switchback. He gets it. Oh, there's a crash! And Do3 spins out. There's gonna be a lot of discussion after this race. Oh wow. Pretty sure this was on Do3 though. Alpha was on the inside trying to overtake and he just squeezed. So, great job by Alpha. Honestly, there's not much you can tell him. So, yeah, happens. Now we have Thomas Piccolo actually on Lotus right now. And this is the closest fight we have on track. There we go, on board with Thomas. He won't go for the move here, surely. It's too dangerous. But maybe, just maybe... Oh, wow, that's some track limits right there. Oh, he's wide. He is very wide. So he loses a lot of time to sorry. Why do I want to say Danish? He's not from Denmark. What the hell? He's from Holland. Or the Netherlands. Or in other words, he's Dutch. Sorry. So he's gaining again on the Dutch driver, but that excursion off the track surely did not help him on that. Our current fastest driver on track is Max Verstappen with a 2:06.975, followed by Thomas Piccolo in P2. P2 of the fastest lap. Oh, but we have Lotus going very wide at the bus stop chicane, and Thomas takes advantage of that, and from the outside goes for the move and overtakes the Dutch driver. I don't think Lotus is gonna be very happy with this. I would like to know what happened, because that was surely unexpected. Let's see now, better camera. Here we go. Lotus with this huge BMW livery on the side. He does have a lot of slipstream going down to Eau Rouge. Is he gaining? Maybe slightly. I'm not sure. Let's see here over the crest. No, he's actually losing time to Thomas. So that's truly something. He should have the DRS here though. He's gaining. He's gaining a lot, but not enough to make the move. So right now we have Max Verstappen in P1. His championship rival Thomas Piccolo 14 seconds behind in P2, followed close by Lotus in P3, who is just 4/10 behind and might go for a move soon. Then we have Martizak in P4, Poto Toyano in P5, Darts in P6. Mikhailo, meanwhile, gets disconnected forcefully from the server. He got kicked. Then we have Alpha in P7 and Do3 in P9. What is going on? Shout out to the safety man for making the race extra safe by just being here. Thank you a lot. We thank you for your service. Let's go back here to P2. This is the closest fight we have on track currently with Thomas and Lotus. Lotus must have been a mistake here because he lost 2 seconds in the span of 3 corners. He's maybe going to get catched by Martizak, and he actually goes very wide. I think his tires are starting to wear off a lot, as we are 20 minutes into this race with 15 minutes of actual racing, because of course we had the formation lap at the beginning. So drivers to watch out, to look out for, I'd say Darts, who can make some moves on Paul Tutuyano. He is faster. And yeah, keep an eye on Martizak if he decides to ever go and get to Lotus. Let's maybe go with our race leader and enjoy his POV over Rouge and Radillon and some onboard action with the Belgian driver on his own track. Let's go on board. again, I am back right now, and I wonder how many mandatory pit stops are in this race, because if it's only one, then we actually have to have a good look at Alpha, because he is already... No, wait, he had his drive-through. Sorry, it was not a pit stop, he was its drive-through. So, forget what I said, I am clearly lying. The pit is actually open, so let's maybe see if our race leader decides to go into the pits. There we go, better action camera, hard braking for the bus stop chicane, and no, he does not. He decides to continue with his current set of tires. Thomas Piccolo now 15 seconds behind. He's not gaining, he's actually losing some time to his championship rival. So let's see here, is he gonna go for fresh tires maybe? He does not. Yes, I'm going to do this for every driver. Lotus, nothing. Martizak, nothing. Pototoyanu is still approaching the bus stop chicane. There he goes, hard braking. No pit. There is darts. Maybe. Absolutely nothing. And I strongly doubt that Alpha is gonna go for it. So the current closest fight we have on track is between Lotus and Martizak, who, despite not being able to really catch him, is not letting Lotus go that easily. He's keeping him in check. So this is gonna be very interesting as we go down towards the pit cycle. Hello, Conservezax. Sorry if I pronounced your name badly. This game is Assetto Corsa, one of the most celebrated sims on the market. It did come out a long time ago, but it's still praised for his decent physics, but most importantly for its huge modding community. All these cars, and I think this track as well, I mean, not the track itself, but this skin of the track and the cars are mods. So, but Assetto Corsa is known for having a huge variety of mods, allowing you to race whatever track of whatever period of time on whatever track you desire. As long as you look up for it, probably someone has already made it into an Assetto Corsa port. So, go nuts. It doesn't cost that much. It's usually on sale very frequently, like less than 10 euros. It does cost something, but the mods are usually free, as we actually see Martizak went off the road a little bit ago, and yeah, he is now a little bit back on Lotus. So currently Max Verstappen is still the fastest driver on track. I think last lap he went around 1 full second faster than Thomas. There he goes around the first chicane. Sorry, the second chicane, my bad. There's Alpha. Do 3 is still approaching the chicane. Dart is actually catching Pototoyanu. He did gain 1.6 seconds last lap. So that is truly something. He also gained a full 1.4 seconds on his direct rival, Martizak. Darts, the third fastest car on track last lap, sorry. As we have yet to see someone decide to change their tires and go for a pit stop, with Darts actually getting underneath the 1 second barrier to Pototoyanu, and this should allow him to use the DRS. There he goes, great exit through this corner. Now around Puon, let's see if he can go for a move. Maybe already here in this very technical chicane, he is close enough. He has 3/10 behind. Is he going for the move? Does get alongside almost, but doesn't really go for it. Wise, I gotta say. This is a very tricky corner. Of course, we have BMW versus Audi, the only two cars in this championship, but they are very much balanced. Let's see here. Now, Darts 6/10 behind, chasing, looking for the overtake to get that P5 and maybe try chasing down the Martizak, who he was fighting with earlier this race. Let's see now, he is 7/10 behind, not really in a position to make the move here. Very hard braking for Darts. But it looks like Paul Tutuianu went into the pit lane. Yes, he did. So we have our first man into the pits, and it's the Romanian driver. Let's see, Alpha doesn't go into the pits. Thu 3, is he gonna go for the pits maybe? Seeing in the position he is in. Let's see. He does not. So that's something. So now Darts has clean air to maybe try and push and catch back up to P4. Martizak now 1.2 seconds behind Lotus. He's always in that gap, in that area of 1 second, 1.5. He's now underneath the second actually. Maybe a mistake from the Dutch driver. Let's see now, 1.1. Yeah, he's always in that area of uncertainty. Is he close enough to make the move? Does he have the DRS? Is he actually losing or gaining? They are pretty even right now, so we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe the pit stop cycle helps Martizak pull something off. As Paul Tutuianu is actually out of pits with fresh tires, so let's see what pace he has with the new set, and maybe it's time that all the others start pitting too. Max Verstappen actually is going down towards the bus stop chicane right now, and he should be looking for a pit stop maybe right now. We are way over half the race done, but he does not go for the pit stop. Truly something. Then we have Thomas Piccolo in P2, 18 seconds behind. This is he's getting blown out of the water by Max Verstappen. That's truly something. Let's see now. The Italian driver does not go for the pit stop. Let's see Lotus here. Right-hander does not go for the pits, and Martizak doesn't as well. Darts does not go into the pits, so he does not try to defend the undercut, actually the defensive undercut, from Paul Tutuianu. Martizak now underneath the second. Could he maybe go for a move here after the Kemal Straight? He's gaining, he's surely into the slipstream, 0.62, 0.56. I don't think he's gaining fast enough. He's just underneath half a second, brakes very hard, but he's not close enough. So let's see here. He is still underneath the second, but Lotus is gaining on him. He's probably faster in the first sector, specifically in the first corner. But it's clear that Lotus has a small edge here in the middle sector. Let's see here. Lotus 27 seconds behind Max Verstappen, who is almost completed another lap. Let's see, no overtake attempts so far between these two. Let's see our race leader. Is he gonna go into the pits this lap? Maybe. We're all waiting to see when the pit cycle is actually gonna start. I mean, yes, Paul Tutuianu did go into the pits, but it doesn't look like there's a need for that. Max Verstappen went at 2:06.9 last lap, and he's gonna go for we will never know this lap. So Thomas Piccolo in P2 approaching the bus stop chicane. Let's see, what does he do? No pit stop for him. Ooh, great slide out of the corner. A 2:08.5 this lap for Thomas Piccolo. Let's see what Verstappen did last lap. 2:08.1. No, yeah, we are seeing tire degradation a lot actually. The Verstappen is almost he's actually 1.2 seconds slower than his fastest lap, and Thomas Piccolo is 1.3. Neither Lotus or Martizak go for the pit, but Lotus is just set a 211.1, and Martizak set a 210.4. So he is gaining, and he is gaining a lot. Darts here goes into the pit lane. Actually, finally we see a pit stop from the Italian driver, another pit stop. Let's see, do 3, is he gonna go for the pit lane? No, he doesn't. So let's go back here to Martizak, going to maybe go for a move on Lotus. He's closer than earlier. Can he go for the move maybe? Hard braking. Oh, he's super close. Yeah, he had a better chicane right now, this time, compared to last time. So, oh wow, he is very close. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, Lotus is wide. Lotus is wide. And right now, Martizak is probably looking to make a move soon on the Dutch driver. Yeah, there is no grip left on track. Pototoianu leaves, actually Darts leaves the pit lane behind Pototoianu, ahead of Pototoianu, so the undercut did work for the Italian driver, the overcut. So that's truly biblical. Alpha is into P5 right now, but he still needs to pit. Oh wow, ooh, goes very deep. Martizak is pushing this car to the limit, but there is basically no more grip left. Max Verstappen now going around the final chicane. He goes into the pits finally. Our race leader is into the pit lane. Let's stay though with this duo who is giving us a great fight for P3 despite us being well over 30 minutes into this race. They are still giving it all, and they're as close as if it was lap 1. That's truly fantastic. Let's see now. Ooh, both almost wide. They are very close. Is Martizak gonna go for a move here? Outside maybe? Yes, he does. As the Dutch driver covers the inside. No contact between them. But Martizak goes to the pits now. So, yeah, he probably decided, yeah, these tires, no bueno. That's actually a good decision. And Thomas Piccolo is in the pits as well. So here we are now. We are seeing 3 drivers into the pits of Martizak's Verstappen, who is leaving the pit lane right now. So Lotus is our current race leader. Piccolo leaves the pit lane right now, and Martizak is gonna have another good 10-15 seconds. Alpha goes to the pit lane right now as well. Are we gonna see Do 3 also going to the pits? There's a lot of smoke coming out of his tires, and yes, he does. And now Lotus is the only one who still hasn't pitted, and he's in first place just chilling, but only 6 seconds behind him is our race leader. That's actually crazy. He had almost more than 30 seconds on Lotus when he went for his pit stop. So truly biblical moments, and right now we are just waiting to see if Lotus pits, and after he does, we'll have to see if he's in front or behind Martizak. They were literally side by side when he went into the pits, so I am very curious right now. Let's maybe go on board with Max Verstappen to see how fast he's gonna catch Lotus, because I don't have a doubt that he's going to. He has way fresher tires, and I can't wait to see his first flying lap with his new batch of tires. Let's see here. Track temperature actually going down by 1 degree to 35 degrees Celsius. I'm sorry for all of you that use the Freedom units. Yesterday was your birthday, but today we speak European. So let's see now. Almost gained, actually almost. He gained 2 seconds in the span of less than a lap. So that's truly fantastic. And in these fast corners, the difference in the tire, yeah, you're gonna feel it a lot. There he goes. Wow, it looks like on another planet. Let's see, is Lotus going to the pit lane? No, he doesn't. He stays out. So, truly biblical scenes here. Lotus is risking a lot by staying out this much. Because Martizak, just like Verstappen, he's basically just gaining free time with a fresher tire. So, I don't really know what Lotus is going for right here. But I'm curious now. I'm invested. I'm interested. I hope you are too. Alright. So, Do 3 going out the end of the second sector in P8. Then we have Alpha Max Nova 1 in P7. Pototoianu in P8 going down at the best stop chicane. Then we have Darts barely ahead of him in P5. Martizak in turn 1 in P4. Thomas Piccolo on the Kemal corner, P3. Max Verstappen, our virtual race leader in P2 at the hairpin. And ahead of them, our actual race leader, I can't believe I'm saying this, Lotus, who is on the hard tire. I was not expecting this. I don't know if those tires that are written on the screen are correct, because I wouldn't expect Alpha to go for a hard tire like right now. It makes little sense. Did Lotus already pit? What? How does he have 15 lap old tires? I know Paul Totoyano pitted, but I didn't see Lotus pit. Huh. That's truly something. Wow. But yeah, Max Verstappen is on him. He has the fresher tire. He has the tire advantage. Maybe he's going to get overtaken. Maybe he's going to go to the pits right after this. Yeah, he leaves the room open for the actual race leader. He's been dominating this entire race, so not really much that that Lotus can do. Lotus going to go in the pits finally? No, still no. Probably he did actually pit, and we're just witnessing a great race that I did not expect, because I swear to God I did not see him go to the pits. There we go, last lap. Max Verstappen, the fastest driver on track by a mile. Let's see now Thomas. Actually, Thomas takes the fastest lap of the race with a 2:06.850, 2/10 faster than Verstappen, but he is miles behind the Belgian driver. And if he keeps sliding like this, he's gonna cook his tires before he can actually use them to fight for a race win. If he can, because 12 minutes to make up this much distance, it's not enough time. I can tell you right now, it's not enough. Martizak with a 2:08.280. Ooh, very loose outside of turn 1, leaving turn 1. Does behind them with a 2:09.8. Paul Totoyano, yeah, Paul Totoyano is suffering a lot the tire wear. There's Alpha. There he goes, down the straight over the line. And Do3 still in P8, still getting good points. Now completing the lap. Let's go to Verstappen, our race leader, who has already put 3 seconds between himself and Lotus after overtaking him like around half a lap ago. That's truly, truly biblical, gotta say. There he goes. And that's the second sector. There's a yellow flag. What has happened? Safety car is on track. Everyone looks fine. So the safety car is leaving the pits for unknown reasons. I don't see why we would have a yellow flag. Everyone is fine. Are they actually? So Do3 is fine, Alpha is fine, Totoyano is fine, Dars is fine, Martizak, Thomas. Lotus actually uses this to go into the pits. So he did need to pit. Huh. And this safety car is gonna give him a huge advantage. That's very convenient. Alright. I mean, we'll see. Verstappen now behind the safety car going up Eau Rouge. We have a lot of skid marks here. Many drivers tend to not take this corner correctly. Let's say it's a very difficult corner. Oh, Thomas almost crashes into our leader right there. Coming in hot on Eau Rouge. I mean, it's a blind corner, but still, wow. Martizak going down here. Lotus in P4. He did lose the position to Martizak, so didn't really pay off, even with the yellow flags being out and the safety car being on track, because they are still catching up to the safety car. Martizak got very lucky on this one. So we have then Darts in P5, Totoyano, Alpha, and Do3. Do3 is now starting this lap, so it's gonna be interesting to see when he's gonna catch up. So here we are with the wonderful BMW M4 TSRB Championship safety car. I mean, just look at this. Wow. This is amazing stuff. And again, we thank the safety man for his service, for keeping everyone just a bit more safe on track today. Let's see, maybe Poto Tuyanu has actually reached the queue. We might see Alpha there. He has joined the party. He's in P7. And this safety car actually matches up the whole field, and we might see some overtakes and some moves, maybe already at the start of this lap, because I'm still not sure what caused this safety car. Zoo3 has almost caught up to the pack. There he goes in this, again, truly wonderful Perry the Platypus livery. I can't stress enough how good this looks. With the Giga Kubica on the roof. Wow. Truly biblical. Safety car in this lap. So basically we just bunched up the field for the last 7 minutes of racing. Biblical. Truly biblical. So I guess that now we're just waiting for the safety car to actually move and go to the pits, and Max Verstappen will dictate our race restart. Safety car still holding the delta, still holding them behind. The safety car is maybe going to try to pull away now to let our race leader decide the pace of the restart. There the safety car goes. Let's see now our race leader. He needs to dictate the pace for this restart. Let's maybe go on the wing camera to see when he is going to try and run away. Safety car now at the bus stop chicane. They cannot start yet. There's still the safety car on track. Safety car almost crashes, but it is into the pits. Let's go maybe to the TV camera. There we have our race leader. He's still waiting. He's still waiting. Still nothing. And there's the green flag. Just waited until the very last moment. That's truly something. So let's see now. Thomas going for the move around the outside. There's a bit of contact, but they are fine. With Poto Tuyanu also maybe going for a move on darts. There they are. So the first two are already separated, but oh god, P3 and 4, Lotus and Martizak, side by side through Eau Rouge. Truly brave. What is Alpha doing? Looked like he was gonna go for a move in the middle of the corner, in the middle of Radillon. That's wow. Let's see now. Thomas, ooh, almost goes into the grass. He's gonna go for the move around the outside against the Belgian driver. He yields. He does not go for it. Ooh, but Lotus goes wide. He cuts a bit the corner. Darts and Martizak around the outside. Can he take back the position on darts? He's into the gravel. What is going on here? These are bump cars. They are 3 wide. What is Alpha doing? He's on the inside. Is he gonna take the position? Yes, he does. Alpha McNova 1 moves up into P5. Poto Tuyanu, P6. Martizak falls all the way down to P7. He was 3rd. What is going on here? And Poto Tuyanu on the inside of Alpha. But he goes wide. Is Alpha gonna retaliate and go for a move? Here, under braking. Goes around on the outside. He is there. He's going for it. He's gonna have the inside here. They're clipping, they're touching, they're bumping. Is he going to go, maybe is he gonna complete the overtake here? It looked like it. Yes, he did. Barely. He's just barely ahead. What is going on here? Wonderful. Our race leader is running away right now with Thomas Piccolo trying to stay behind him. Lotus and Darts are separated. But now we have this. What are they doing? Alpha, then Martizak, Poto Tuyanu, and Do3. Oh, and Martizak goes for the move. Alpha maybe with the switchback. Does he get it? No, he doesn't. He lost the position. Poto Tuyanu is right behind him. Goes for the move around the outside. Let's take this camera. Oh, there's contact with Pototuano doing some move under braking. That is not a good move, but it didn't really work. So now Alpha P6 trying to defend from the Romanian driver. I'm sure we're gonna hear him at the end of the race. Oh, what is Pototuano doing? Quatre Rouge. He is the position. Wow, what is going on here? Truly biblical racing in the house. With darts also 8/10 behind Lotus. Maybe he's also looking to strike a move to maybe get a podium here. And Dutry is still there. Don't count him out. He is there. Wow. So Alpha now getting some breathe room between himself and Pototuano. Not much, but something. Lotus now 1.3 seconds ahead of Darts. Darts must have made a mistake. So everyone is more separated now, thankfully. Actually, no, I'm kidding, because Pototuano is getting attacked by Dutry. Is he gonna go for a move here? Oh, tries to put his nose inside. He's still there. He can still go for a move down in this corner right here into turn, I believe it's 12 or 13. One of the two. I don't remember. But wow, what a race restart we had. Truly biblical. Piccolo Thomas tried to go for a move on the first corner. Didn't really go his way. But wow. Truly wow. I was not expecting this at all. What a wonderful race. And despite being an endurance, we are seeing a lot of hard wheel-to-wheel racing. Oh, that's a brave move from Dutry. That's a really brave move. Let's go on board with him. Yeah, he lost a little bit of time. He had to yield there. That was a very dangerous overtake attempt. Let's see him taking all the slipstream. He is a little bit far back to try anything. He's half a second behind. And this is still the closest fight. Oh, the closest fight we have on track. Dutry almost rear ends Pototuano and then loses the car on exit of turn 1. He really gave it all. But in the end, it didn't turn out well. So, after that very intense 4 minutes, we have our race leader, Max Verstappen, 1.3 seconds ahead of Thomas Piccolo, who is trying his best to catch up to his championship rival. Then we have Lotus in P3, Darts in P4, Martizak P5, Alpha Max Nova 1 P6, wonderful recovery from the drive-thru he had to do at the beginning of the race, Pototuano P7, and Dutry in P8. Let's maybe stay with our race leader. There should be this and just one more lap of racing after this. So let's see. I doubt that Thomas is gonna be able to do anything to overtake this man right here who has been dominating this entire race. In fact, he just loses a bit of time and he's now 2 seconds behind. So I strongly doubt any move is gonna happen. The closest fight we have on track right now is Lotus and Darts, and they are around a second and a half apart, so nothing really, actually no emergency, but still, what a race, what a turnout of events. That was truly something. There they are, our two race leaders. So with 30 seconds now on the clock, we are, yes, gonna get another lap of racing. So with 23 seconds to spare, Max Verstappen is gonna start the last lap of this race. Thomas Piccolo, he's following him behind. Martizak actually tried to use the DRS without being able to, so he's getting a warning for that. Pototuano with 21 lap old tires, no wonder he had to yield the position to Alpha, and our leader is on the final lap. So let's go with him on this final lap on this wonderful racetrack that is Spa-Francorchamps. He has already blasted through the first sector and he's going now down the hill. The uphill is done, he's going downhill around the hairpin. By the way, Thomas only 1/10 slower in the last lap, so yeah, that's the margin between these two. tenth of a second. Truly biblical. True cinema here in the TSRB championship. TSRB, sorry. So here we have Max Verstappen after Puan through the second chicane of this track. He is now going to complete the second sector. After winning the first round and not being able to participate in the second, we are gonna get our first repeating winner in this championship. There's three corners to go. Now there's only two. The bus stop chicane for the Red Bull driver from Belgium. Around the final corner, he is going to win his home race. Max Verstappen wins the Spa-Francorchamps endurance race. And what a race this has been. Absolute dominance. Thomas Piccolo, sadly for him, a crash before the start of the race caused them to start from the back of the grid, but he still managed a good P2. Lotus P3, Darts P4, Martizak P5, Alpha Max Nova 1 P6, Porto-Toyano in P7, and Do3 closes the race in P8. What a race! Wow! Wow, wow, wow. Truly something. So, as we actually see some donuts by the drivers on track, they are very, very happy, clearly, with our race winner here, a race-winning car, the number 34 Red Bull, as everyone is leaving the server right now. And hold up, we are gonna move soon to the interviews. All right. Okay. So let's move a race winner into the voice chat to be interviewed. Oh, actually, everyone is leaving. Who is gonna get interviewed? I have no idea. But that's the beauty of racing. I guess. Something. I don't know. Not like I race or something. Let's see if we can. There we go. Let's start moving the drivers in the commentator box, starting with our race winner, Max Verstappen. So, hello, Max. Can you hear me? He left the voice chat. Truly, truly something. Give me 1 second. A little bit of technical issues. This shouldn't take much. All right. We are currently waiting for, I need to know who wants to be interviewed. And after that, we should be able to start the interviews, of course. So, darts, Max, stop. Nah, Thomas. All right, so I guess we're gonna start with Thomas because he's the first one that responded. There we are. Hello,
Hello,
Thomas.
hello everyone.
Yes, people should be able to hear you. Let me just check if the audios are fine. Hold on. Yes, your volume is fine. I should actually lower it a little
All
bit.
right.
There we go. So, Thomas, what
Yes.
can you tell us? First of all,
Uh,
very unlucky.
yeah, that was unfortunate. So yeah, that unfortunately, yeah. But honestly, I don't think I would have won either way because it looked like the higher aerodynamic setup was way faster during the race. I
Mm-hmm.
was running very low aero, which was much faster during the qualifying because of low fuel, fresh tires, and better track conditions. But on a high load of fuel, higher aerodynamics actually proved to be much faster. Vigo was lapping between 5 tenths and 8 tenths faster. So yeah.
Yeah, we did see that in the race. Absolute domination by him. So truly something, but you did still pull off an amazing recovery race, and you actually tried to go for the move at the end there. So you did give us
Yeah,
a
I tried.
spectacle.
I tried. I did notice that. I did notice this right at the end because I was gaining like 8 tenths in the first straight on the Camel straight, but then in the last, as soon as corner started, it was gaining a tenth per corner. So yeah, not much else I could do.
Yeah, that's what aerodynamics will do to you. So yeah,
Yeah.
truly something. But hey, thank you a lot for racing, of course. Thanks for joining us here in the commentary booth for the interview. So Max doesn't want to be interviewed. That's truly something. Okay,
Uh,
I
Thank you for
don't.
commentating this entire race.
No problem, absolutely. I have no idea if Alpha and Martizak want to be interviewed. Could you maybe go and
Uh,
ask them?
yeah, I'll
Maybe
ask them.
people.
I'll ask them.
Thank you very much. All right, we are gonna wait for Thomas's reply to see if we are actually gonna get someone new.
Okay. Looks like there will be no more interviews for tonight.
No more interviews? That's fine.
Nope.
All right, so I would like to thank everyone for joining us and watching the stream. All of the five of you that joined, thank you very much. I've been Tiz, I've been your host for this race, and I hope to see you next week for the fourth round of the